feel that we're shifting our weight forward for them to walk on. And that is how you can ask the horse to walk without really needing a little bit of legs. You can soften on your hands now and just tip your body weight forward, and he should walk off. So when you hear like a dressage rider rides mostly with their seat, that's what they are doing. The legs are secondary for a dressage rider, that it's mostly right seat bone, left seat bone, and where they're displacing that weight to show which way that horse is going to move its body. Because the horse innately wants to move underneath you. So if you start to lean towards the left and get heavy on your left, he's going to start to drift to the left. It's like the person jumping off the building and you're underneath trying to catch him. If they start floating left, you're going to run to the left. It's the same thing. He's trying to stay under wherever you're putting the weight, and then you're fighting yourself because you're like, oh, he's coming off the rail. But if you keep leaning left and he's trying to come underneath your left seat bone and that's pulling him off the rail, then your hand is pulling him back on the rail. It's giving mixed signals. So that's why I want you to be really mindful of keeping your weight in the center of the saddle and not leaning left or right, because that's telling him something else. We're pivoting at the waist and just pointing that laser beam belly button, whereas your center, your body or your torso, or your whole spinal column is just a straight column coming right up the center of his saddle. Whether it's turning to the left or the right, it's still staying straight and centered. It's never the leaning tower. It's never going one way or the other. Good. Prop back on your thigh. It's not a fishing pole. Good. Stretch down into your heels. Put a little weight on the right side. Your saddle's a little shifted to the left. Just bounce once to the right. And you feel how that makes him wobble to the right? Because you were like, he's like, oh, she's falling off to the right. I'm going to just move underneath her. Good. Close your thigh. Think about what that posting trot felt like when you were on the lunge line and you had nothing. Prop behind you. Stays on your leg. After you pass the black roll top, let's pick up your posting trot. Being mindful of closing that whole thigh and not letting that foot slip forward. Good. Sending him forward. Contact. Your reins are bouncing, which means there's slack in them. Tight reins don't bounce. Okay, left foot. Bring it back. Close that thigh. Oh, bouncy horse. Send him forward. Wake him up. Soften your post. Contact on his mouth. Drive him forward a little bit. Steady that crop on against your thigh. Drop your shoulders, not stiff on top, slightly forward. You're posting straight up and down. Close your hip angle a little bit and bring your heel back. Bring your chest forward. Look up over his ears. Push his butt over. There's a little crossover. Good. Keep sending him forward. Eyes up. Send him forward. You're dropping your contact with your reins. That's where the bounce is coming from. When you get to F, I want you to cut across the diagonal to E. Ride your corner. Inside hand up. Push his butt in the corner. Where's E? With your eye. Find it. Sit up. Bring that leg back underneath you. Get your bounce. Change your flexion. Stop throwing his reins away. Contact. Tighten your thigh. Bring your left foot back. Sending him forward. Wake him up. You're too straight with your upper body. Close that hip angle a little bit. Keep going. Pass C. Sending him forward. Eyes up. After you pass C, I want you to sit half halt. Sit. Half halt. Outside leg. Oh, no. Jumbled mess. Posting trot. No, don't even go with that. You got all tight and grabby on his face. His head was up in the air. Read the room. That horse is telling you he's uncomfortable. Fix this trot first. Fix the trot. Where does his head belong? Smooth everything out. We can't get grabby around this turn. You're going to sit, half halt, give away that inside rein, add that outside leg. Outside leg, wrong lead. Back to trot, back to trot, back to trot, circle. Eyes up, send him forward. Get that crop on your thigh. Stop grabbing on those reins for dear life, or we do no stirrups and no rein. That's always fun. Eyes up, you're on the wrong diagonal. Sit. Half halt, soften that inside rein, ask with that outside leg. Go, get off the stage. Good, now all the way around the ring, go, sit up, eyes up, leg, follow through the elbows, exaggerate. I see you napping him in the mouth once in a while. Push down in your heel, ride him up the mountain, flexion, inside hand, inside leg, outside leg is the gas pedal, trot at C. Organize him. Organize him. Don't drop him. Get his head where you want it. Send him forward, send him forward, send him forward. I didn't say walk. Good. Put that horse back where he's telling you he's comfortable. Read his body language. Okay, come on over to me.